Chase Jackson, founder of Energy Easy, providing personal and professional vitality, teaching boys to be superior men. Quote from Earl Nightingale, "We are all self-made, but only the rich will admit it." This video is on the awesome topic of teaching our kids to be self-sufficient. I have a 2-year-old who right now wants to do everything himself. And this is awesome, but it takes him a lot longer to do things than it would take me or his mom to help him with. And it requires a lot of patience on the parents' end to let the kids go through the process and learn what they have to learn to get that long-term benefit rather than the short-term gratification of getting the shoes on or getting the seatbelt buckled or whatever else usually would take 5 seconds, takes 5 minutes. But that is okay, because we want our kids to be self-sufficient. Learn from Earl Nightingale. As parents, we all want our kids to be self-sufficient. And the number one action we can take on our end as our kids are growing up is to step back and be patient. We all know that learning new things takes time, and it is much more time efficient for us to run over and help our kids with whatever they're doing so we can move on to the next thing. And that might be good in the immediate, but that has harsh long-term consequences. Because if you keep doing that for your kid when they get older, they are going to expect it, and they're not going to want to try and do it themselves. The great thing about kids is that they really are excited about learning new things, and we want to keep that excitement. Number one thing we can do as a parent to encourage our kids to be self-sufficient is be patient, step back, and let them learn. Another great place that we can teach our kids to work on their self-sufficiency is at school. I want my kids to be self-sufficient in terms of doing their schoolwork. I want them to be self-sufficient in terms of how they handle issues with teachers and other students. I want them to be self-sufficient in terms of how they handle their time and how organized they are. School is a great place and a great teaching tool to teach our kids about self-sufficiency. Much more important to me for my kids is that they are inwardly self-sufficient rather than outwardly self-sufficient. Inwardly, I mean emotionally self-sufficient. Yes, it is awesome if our kids do well in doing chores around the house and they find employment and they do well in school. But just as important, if not more important, is that they are emotionally self-sufficient. This means that they do not have attachments to others, such as parents or friends, in terms of solving and growing through their own issues, problems, and obstacles. They don't rely on alcohol or other substances to solve problems that they have or that we all have, or situations where they need to grow. They are emotionally self-sufficient. There is a lot of emphasis out there on teaching our kids to be outwardly self-sufficient, and that is really important. But don't forget the inside stuff. Emotionally self-sufficient. Yes! As my boys grow older and become men, I want them to trust their instincts, and I want them to always be taking action. And both those things require them to be self-sufficient, responsible, and self-reliant. It's important. Chase Jackson, providing personal and professional vitality. Have a spectacular day, and we will see you tomorrow.